Hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to day 4 of Train Like a Pro. Probably still the night before, but I just wanted to start this video because something has just happened. Those that watch the videos day in, day out, firstly, thank you. Secondly, you might remember that Liz, one day last week, took a bottle of water to work. She normally takes squash because she couldn't physically open the bottle of squash. So since then, whenever I finished a bottle of squash, I'd kindly been opening the next bottle and doing it back up so she could get in it. Liz had just said to me tonight, Liz, what? You thought you'd got really strong because... Go on, tell.
So one day I thought, oh, I've opened this bottle. I must be really strong, but I didn't say anything to Daniel. I thought I'll wait and see if it happens again or if it was just a fluke this one time. Anyway, then it happened again. So I thought, yes, twice I've learnt how to do it. You have to like give it a little squeeze and twist at the same time.
Yeah, you do.
So I just told Daniel. Turns out he's been opening the bottles for me.
God, I would show you Liz now, but she's naked, so, you know.
Not quite.
So yeah, that's it. That's the start of today's video. Let's get cracking with it. Well, I'm going to go to bed first, and then let's get cracking with the training. Okay, so welcome to the start of the actual video. This bright light in my eyes at 25 past 6 in the morning is not ideal. It's just the things I do for you guys. So Liz does this cute thing where she sets her alarm about 20 minutes before she actually needs to get up, which meant I'm up in plenty of time this morning. I've even had breakfast before swimming. Before swimming, I'm at the pool. Let's go for a swim. See you later. There we go, and swim done. I actually swam 1,600 metres in total, so I bumped it up 200 metres each day. My arms are absolutely killing. Like, I'm really struggling to actually turn them in the water, but just got to keep grafting, haven't we? So weird having had breakfast, felt fueled but felt a bit too full, so we'll try different things ongoing. But who actually cares about swimming when you can ride your bike? Hey, so I'm out this morning, obviously again on my bike. I'm trying to do, sorry I forgot that really dry skin, the chlorine plays havoc. So I'm out for roughly 3 hours today. The session is, I'll leave it on screen now, the brief. The session is designed by some guy who I can't remember his name, had a great idea to create a session that's called Tough as Nails. So about the road. Tough as Nails. Now I'm not tough as nails, so I'm going to see how this goes. But essentially a half an hour warm up, which I'm 28 minutes into, so I'm just going to eat a banana. And then 2 hours, I think cyclists call it, keeping the chain tight. So basically a hard tempo for 2 hours. It's going to be difficult on the undulations of the peak districts and heading into the peaks, but that's the reality of riding on the road, isn't it? So I'm going to try and, on the downhills, you know, keep the chain tight, keep pedaling, the uphills, restrict it to tempo. So for me, I'm going to aim for somewhere between 250 and 300 watts. Heart rate isn't so much of a thing. It doesn't really make much sense for it at the minute because it's quite cold and I'm quite tired, like fatigue-wise, so my heart rate isn't getting very high, so I'm better just looking at the power, I think. But to be honest, in the warm-up, I felt okay. I'm a little bit cold, so I'm going to eat this banana and get going, but I'm going to try and eat and drink throughout, and I'll probably see you at some point in some sort of hill. I'm trying to take this all serious. I'm only 13 minutes in, but it's just beautiful. The wind is piercingly cold, though. I'm descending. It's like it takes your breath away. Oh, man. Anyway, you got to keep the chain tight. I mean, who on earth cares what watch you're doing when you've got views like this? Just awesome, isn't it? So glad we moved out this way. Even though it's freezing, I can hardly feel my feet. Oh, it's just brilliant. Anyway, I'm 40 minutes in. I'm going to stop at an hour, have something to eat and drink, so I'm just not eating and drinking. So I've done about an hour and 5 minutes of the tempo. I'm not calling it there, I'm just stopping because I'm absolutely perishing in the cold. My hands are hurting, feet are hurting, I just feel freezing. And cycling's one of those weird sports, isn't it? Sometimes if you stop, you warm up. So I've found a sunny spot, no wind, just gonna stand there 5-10 minutes, have something to eat. Because my hands are so cold and like I feel so cold, I'm just not wanting to, like, you know, lift my jacket up and go into the pockets and get some food. It's just not happening. And I know that I can't do a 2 hour tempo session as well as a ride either side of it and be okay to recover. Like, if I'm not eating, I need to get some fluid and food in me, so I'm just going to stop. If this was the one like hard session of the week, I might have just pushed through the tempo block and then ate at the end. But because I know I want to run this afternoon and I want to do, you know, push the button to do the same thing again tomorrow, I need to be eating and drinking, so I'm just going to stop and do that. Oh man, that got very not fun. It was absolutely freezing. I underestimate how much colder it is, like, away from towns. I've been like on busy roads for the last half an hour or so. It's about 4 or 5 degrees warmer. It's incredible. So I've done the work. I've done, well, an hour and 56, just because now I've got a few traffic lights, so I just lapped it there, called it there, rather than stressing trying to do intervals in between traffic lights. Probably got about half an hour spin home, and then I think Liz is going to drag me out on a run. If I'm honest, I was getting a bit, not bored on the ride, but like tired of riding my bike day after day today. The good scenery helped, but even still it was like, oh, I'm riding my bike again. But only another couple of days and I've got a rest day. So we'll keep going. Done and dusted. I'm just trying to warm up a bit. Man, that was grim towards the end. The tempo block is 262 watts. So that's probably about 20 watts down on where I'd like to be for that sort of effort. However, I am a few days into a decent block, as I've mentioned once or twice. So yeah, I have also just bailed. Liz is due home. What was it, about 12:30 now? Liz is due home very soon. She's going out straight for a run. I've just bailed from it. I cannot go straight out right now. I need to have a shower, have something to eat, and sit down for a couple of hours. I think in fact this is when it's like injury risk, when I've swam, I've biked, and I'm not feeling 100%. To then get out on a run, it's just not worth it, is it? So I'm going to run later on. Get some lunch now, so I'll see you later. So a little update, the time is now 18:07. I had a great nap this afternoon. Liz joined me as well, about an hour and a half. She didn't run in the end. She's gone to do the last Christmas shop. We had a food shop delivered yesterday, and she's gone today to get some last bits. I don't understand it. I'm not even looking at the account. But anyway, she's back hopefully in the next half hour to 40 minutes. And we're going to go out for a steady jog together. So I think she wants to do 5K, so I'm going to do 5K with her and try and do another 2 or 3 miles afterwards, just nice and steady, just to make it up to 45 minutes or so as a plan. I'm just working on the video that obviously you guys are going to be watching now. Thanks, half an hour or so. I've just had a great chat with my nutritionist. I look forward to sharing that with you in tomorrow's video. And I'm also just trying to think about what video topic I can cover in today's video. So you'll probably see that in a minute, but just to let you know that these things aren't as massively thought out as they might appear. I'm literally thinking of a topic now and looking through the comments to see what people have suggested. Good evening, Elizabeth.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Are you head in the fridge again?
Always.
Now, I told everybody earlier that you've gone for your little food shop. That doesn't look very little. What's going off? I'll just ignore the bike in the hallway, that's not there.
I'm just juggling, fitting everything in the fridge at the minute.
Oh, right. I had a question about jobs and priorities over this festive period. So we had a big jobs list, and I've noticed today that there's a little separate list that's come up, materialised on the side. It's got quite a lot of exclamation marks on it.
Yeah, because you haven't been doing your jobs. And you've been given some exclamation marks.
I'm training like a pro. I can see, so I'll show you this. I can see there's some job lists on there and there's some exclamation marks. And it looks like she's then felt a little bit bad. And it's what thank you to exclamation marks and a kiss. Is that a fair reflection of what happened? Was that dessert for Christmas Day?
Not yours.
Oh.
I'll show you what you've got.
What have I got? Come on. Dessert. This is bad. Then I'm not going to show it.
Belgian chocolate and orange melt in the middle pudding.
Oh.
And you've got some vegan custard, not in that
Don't
one.
show them this cupboard.
Up there, Alpro custard with that.
Shall I mention I don't actually like custard? Huh?
You do?
When have I ever? Right, we've recently shared with you guys that we've been together for 11 years. Liz, when have you ever seen me eat custard?
Whoa, that's not real custard, is it?
Anyway, we're going for a run now.
Do you actually not like custard?
No, I've never ate custard.
But you don't know what it tastes like.
No, oh, well, if I don't. Should we go for this run?
Yeah, one more bag to put away. Then
Yeah, I know. Well, they don't know you're doing that now. We're going to say, yes, we're going for a run now, and then we're out running. They don't know that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we're out running now.
Let's go out running. Okay, it's time for a run. It's absolutely freezing. It's 7:30 at night. Elizabeth is just pulling her shoes on while undoing her laces. If you are a runner, please let her know down below why that is bad and why she shouldn't do it. You listening? Liz, what's the #1 objective for tonight's run?
See how many Christmas lights we can see.
Excellent. This light in here is flickering. Let's get out there. So when you're running, Liz, and you're a YouTuber, you have to point a light in your face like this. And you can't see where you're running. On a scale of 1 to cold, how cold is it?
Cold.
It's freezing, isn't it? It's about 1 degree.
Cold. Very misty, very damp.
Yeah. Just gonna get half an hour done though, aren't we?
Yep.
Stuff. There we go then, done and dusted. Well done, Liz. Half an hour done. I would high five if I got a light in my hand. I think I've messed up. It's about 8 o'clock. I've not ate tea. I was on a Zoom call with some content for tomorrow's video. Didn't want to eat a meal and then go out for a run. Liz was delayed shopping. I should have ate early. I just feel a bit empty and weak and flaky, so I'm gonna get in, get something to eat, chill out a little bit, and then it's story time. Okay, so I've been fed, showered, feeling a lot better now. Recap of today's training: 3 hours on the bike, half an hour in the pool, half an hour running, so 4 hours training, not a bad day. I'm going to try and talk about today's story. I'm going to try and keep it quite brief because today's video is quite long already, but still try and keep it interesting. So the exact opposite of my normal videos. Today's story is about my first ever triathlon. Now, the reason I want to share this story is because I think it's a little bit interesting, a bit funny. And it also just reminds me, and I hope it reminds everybody else, that nobody starts at the top. Everybody has been a beginner in some sport at some point. So even when you see these amazing triathletes, not me, they have definitely not been amazing all that time. So, you know, don't ever think that they haven't been there, because they have. And as well as me telling this story, I want you guys to tell your story. I know it's a bit harder to do in a lot of comment than it is on a video, but I would like to hear if anybody else has got any similar stories from their first running race, first cycling race, first triathlon or whatever. Let me know down below what the good, bad and the ugly was. So my first triathlon, I think it was 2014 or 2015. I can't remember exactly when it was. I've tried looking for a picture. I can remember one in my mind, but I can't see it anywhere. If I'm honest, it was from the run and I looked absolutely horrendous, so I'll probably blot it out of my memory. But it was in Leicester. At the time, I lived in Newark with one of my friends, so it was straight down onto the A46 down to Leicester, so it was about 45 minutes there. The event was under the Go... I can't remember if it was an actual Go Try, but it was definitely that sort of event. So Go Try, for those that don't know, is aimed at beginners in the sport. So, you know, short distances, cheap entry, that sort of thing. My first multi-sport event, that's exactly what I was looking for. The distances were, I think it was a 150-metre swim, 10k bike, and then either a 1k or 1 mile run. So really quite short. So I got there, obviously really nervous. I spent ages fettling with my bike, which is an aluminium frame road bike with gator skin tyres, saddlebag. Like it was my first road bike, that's all I knew. Got there, went to sign on and so, you know, where's your helmet? I hadn't brought my helmet. What? Why haven't I took my helmet? I've got all this stuff in, you know, the bags I had to take with me, you know, horrendous amount of kit, which obviously didn't really need. So I got back in my car. I quickly searched around. Sunday morning, of course, the event's on a Sunday. No shops around anywhere with any helmets for sale. So I had to blast it back down the A46, back home, get my helmet, get back to the race to try and start it, which I did. Luckily, I was there in plenty of time, so I had time to do it. Started the race. 150 metre swim. So I could swim 150 metres, not at any sort of pace, similar to now, really. Not any sort of pace, but I could do it, not comfortably, but I wasn't going to drown. And I remember we started at the deep end. I thought, I don't want to show off. I couldn't dive anywhere, but I didn't want to, you know, do anything silly. I was going to get in, do my swim, and then that's it. So I got in, did my swim, got to the end, and the end of the deep pool, like it is in some pools, the step was like raised off the water level, and I tried to pull myself up, and I couldn't pull myself up, and I thought, don't make a scene, sink down in the water, push up from the bottom, and lift yourself up. I did that, still couldn't get up, and I was like, oh. Then had to, I think I was in like the 3rd or 4th lane, so I had to basically swim to the edge of the pool, to the steps, you know, in between people doing their lengths as well, over to the steps, climb up the steps, and then go to transition. Got into transition, it probably took me ages to get through transition, and then I got on the bike, and I can't really remember the bike, to be honest. I think it was uneventful. I probably went a little bit too hard, as per normal. And then I got on the run, and I remember this run being absolutely terrible. I'm pretty sure it was either 1k or 1 mile, as I said, but my average minute per mile pace was over 12 minutes. I remember that distinctly. I just felt like I could hardly turn the pedals. You know, the bike had taken me, 20 minutes tops, and I was just absolutely done in. I just couldn't run off the bike. And I remember finishing that thinking the whole event had taken like less than an hour, but I was like, that is so hard. But immediately I got the bug. I loved at that event though. There are people similar to myself, so I wasn't even last, I don't think. So people similar to myself, people that were obviously a lot better than that as well. So it gave me that inspiration both ways. So from there onwards, I think I did another 1 or 2 sprints, a couple of Olympic distances, and then before I started going longer and silly. But yeah, that was it in a nutshell. Like my first ever triathlon. So forgot my helmet, couldn't get out of the pool, nearly collapsed on the run. So yeah, let me know down below how your first event was. So that was it for today's training. That's it for today's video. Day 4 done, 12 days to go. I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling a little bit tired, but there's still some tough work to come, so please do stick around. But I'm feeling like perhaps I might see this through to the end. See you tomorrow 4 PM. Subscribe if you haven't already. Cheers, guys.